Hey third grade, for your next project you are going to be making a Matisse. Now last week we talked about being symmetrical, and that was making sure things were balanced and the same, exact same on either side. If we drew a line down the middle, it's a perfect mirror copy. This time we're going to be talking about balance, but how artists balance things not symmetrically, making it feel like your eye is drawn all around the paper and it's not full on one side and empty on the other. You want it to be balanced and equally full throughout, even though what's in the picture might not be the exact same thing. Okay? So, here's what you're going to do. At home, I want you to take a piece of paper, and it could be a piece of construction paper, it could be a piece of white paper, whatever you have, and you're going to want to gather some materials. Now, if you have magazines or newspaper or paper bags at home, you could use those creatively too to finish this project. If you have construction paper and you want to use it, that's great. Totally up to you. But Matisse is famous for making his art drawing with scissors. I know we did a Matisse project earlier in the year where we did a lot of cutting and drawing and things with scissors. This is a little bit different. This is more organic and a very specific way that he started doing art when he got much older. Okay, so I know you've heard of Matisse before. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one piece of construction paper or regular white paper. I'm going to take a different color paper. Now this could be newspaper or this could be paper bag, right? Now it's the same size, and I just folded it in half, folded it in half again, and then I'm going to fold it down in half. Now please pause the video. Follow along if you need to, okay? That was kind of tricky, right? I'm going to do it one more time. It was one piece. I folded it in half. I folded it in half again, and then I brought it down to the bottom, okay? Then you're going to take your scissors. Now, here's where you need to practice those neat, tidy cutting skills. Taking your time, not rushing with your cutting. I don't want to see it looking like it's all torn or jagged. You want to take your time. So I'm going to cut on my lines, and I'm going to cut all of these rectangles out. Okay, so I'm going to do this real quick here. Just a second. Now you're actually going to have some of these pieces left over, okay? Now, if you have a glue stick or liquid glue at home, either's going to work. When we get down to the teeny tiny pieces, I'll be honest, the glue stick is going to work a little bit better so that you don't have glue squishing out all over the place, okay? I'm going to demonstrate using the liquid glue, but you can use glue stick for this, okay? And again, I'm not going to go right to my edge because I don't want it to squish out. See how I'm touching my paper? And I'm going to squeeze out just a teeny tiny bit of glue. That is going to hold. That's all I need. I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to make a checkerboard on my background. Okay, so I'm going to do this pretty quick. See how I'm lining up the corners and lining it up to my top edge, and I'm making it look like a checkerboard. Just a teeny bit of glue is all I need. Take it down, and one more. So notice I didn't use all of my pieces, okay? Now my page is really balanced. It's not symmetrical or the same on both sides because this part's red, this part's black, right? But it has the equal amount of squares on both sides, even though it's not exactly the same, so it's still really balanced. Then you're going to find another type of paper, piece of paper. I'm going to use a different piece of construction paper, and I'm going to cut out some fun shapes. Like if you wanted to do a border, I drew out a border that I could cut out and glue around the edge of here. If you wanted to make some fun shapes, think of a theme. It could be like an underwater theme. It could be just an organic, freeform, made-up shapes all over. You could, if you'd like to be more realistic, you could make leaves. Okay, different shapes of leaves and putting them all over. Just making sure it's balanced. When you're gluing them down, don't put 10 on this side and only 2 over here. You want them to be spaced around, not exactly the same in the same way, but so that it's still equally full on both sides. If you have any questions about your Matisse project, please let your art teacher know. Have fun. Be creative. If you don't have construction paper at home, don't worry. Find any kind of other paper to use, like paper bags or newspaper. You could color a piece of white paper and then cut it up to be the colorful shapes that you want. Really be creative with this one, okay? This is a challenge. Have a great day, you guys, and be creative.